Hello everyone! It's been 1 year since I started taking my Instagram account seriously and posting art consistently, and in that time I've grown organically to over 25,000 followers, which is a lot of people to me. I don't claim to know the secrets of the Instagram algorithm, but I will share with you what I've done in my account to help me grow without spending a penny. If you want to just get straight to my Instagram numbers, you can jump forward to this time code. Number 1. The first thing that I think has been really key for me was understanding why I was starting an art account on Instagram. And for me, there were two main reasons. The first was to improve my art skills by having accountability and a purpose for practicing my art. And the second was to grow an audience that I could share my art journey with and teach what I'd learned along the way. Notice that neither of these things were about getting to a certain follower milestone. And although this video is about growing my Instagram account, I don't want you to think that follower count is the most important thing here, because it really isn't. Community, in my opinion, is far more important. Having a strong foundation for why I was doing all this would give me a clear motivation for staying consistent. I also lay some ground rules that would be the basis for my whole account and guide my content and engagement with others. They were: be genuine. Treat other users with kindness. They are people after all, not just numbers. Encourage the creativity of others. Post 5 times a week, whether it was a quick sketch or a finished drawing. Let go of expectations about my drawing abilities. And share what I learned to those who want to know. Everything I've done on my account has been guided by these principles, and every time I've felt confused or demotivated or doubted myself, I've come back to these and they've helped me get back on track. Number 2. Now, the second thing that is really important for my account is building trust straight away. And I mean making a profile that people feel comfortable following because they understand who I am and what I do. From very early on, I made sure that people who were visiting my profile could see that I was a real person, that I was illustrating, how often I was illustrating, and why I was illustrating. I did this for a combination of my profile picture, which has always been an illustration of me, my account name, which has always included illustration, my bio, which tells people I'm illustrating Monday to Friday, story highlights that tell a bit about me and why I'm drawing, and also my feed itself. First impressions count, and people will decide very quickly whether they want to follow you or not. So the nicer you can make your feed look and the more critical information you can give in your bio, the more chance you have that the person who visited your account will follow you because they want to see more. Number 3. The third thing that I think has been really important for my account is building a positive community. Instagram is a social media platform. It wants you to be social and engage with others, for others to engage with you, and it wants people to stay on its platform for as long as possible. I've made an effort with my account to be an active member of a positive art community and, coming back to principle number 3, encourage the creativity of others. If I can be a cheerleader for other artists in my community, not only am I making them feel good, but I'm also increasing my chances that they will also want to be a cheerleader for me. There's not a finite amount of engagement to go around, so supporting and sharing the talent of other artists does not take away from the growth of your own account. Be selfless in your interaction with others and it'll go a long way. Number 4. Point number 4 is to participate in challenges, and this comes back to being involved in a positive community. There are so many art challenges and prompt lists on Instagram, and they all have an engaged audience. I mostly participate in Draw This in Your Style challenges, but there are also things like Mermaid, Inktober, Witchtober, and one-off prompt lists that groups of artists will make. Once my account started growing, I started hosting my own art challenges, and they are such a good way to engage with an active community and be seen by new accounts. And it's also so cool to see the creativity of other artists recreating something that you've drawn. I love it. Number 5. The fifth thing that has been really key for me is posting consistently. I set myself the challenge a year ago to draw something Monday to Friday every week, and except for a handful of missed days, I've done that. I know that not everyone can commit to drawing almost every day, but from my experience, if you can, it will accelerate your growth. Every post is a new opportunity to be found by different hashtags and people who haven't yet discovered you. So the more you can create and provide value, the more opportunities for growth there are. In saying that though, you want to make sure that you're able to create content you're happy with on the schedule you choose, and you certainly don't want to burn out or make it a chore. So choose a posting schedule you know you can reasonably commit to. Number 6. This brings me to point number 6, and that is to create original content that people engage with. Obviously, I only ever illustrate things that I want to draw, but I've also kept in mind what will engage well with others and how my content provides value to them. I want my drawings to cheer people up and put a smile on their face, and if I can sometimes do that with a subject that is popular and more likely to have high engagement, then that's even better. My highest performing posts almost always include girl characters, cats, or a cozy cottage. Pay attention to which posts seem to be doing well for you and try to understand why and how you can recreate that in a different way in the future. So to recap, here are my tips for growing your art account on Instagram. 1. Understand why you want to grow an art account. 2. Build trust by making a good first impression. 3. Create a positive and engaged community. 4. Participate in or host art challenges. 5. Post consistently with an achievable schedule. And 6. Create original content. Now I'm going to show you the outcome of these lessons on my account over 12 months. I want you to keep in mind as I share these numbers that everyone is at a different stage in their creative journey, so don't go comparing your follower count to mine, or anyone else's for that matter. Followers are just one metric of growth, so make sure you also consider things like what you've learned from sharing your art, all the amazing creative progress you've made, and the community you've built on social media. I bet you're doing a really great job, so don't let comparison bring you down. I started drawing in mid-May 2020 and already had about 47 followers because I had a few posts I had made the year before, but my account had been dormant for months. After 1 month of posting consistently, my account was at 185 followers, and it took until the 1st of July before I had 250. If you feel like you're putting in a lot of time and effort into your content and the growth is slow, that's okay. Things take time, and if you're on an upwards trend, then that's a positive thing. I hosted my first ever Draw This in Your Style challenge at the end of July to celebrate 300 followers, which gave me a little boost, and less than 2 months later I was hosting my second one for 750 followers. I put a lot of love and energy into my content up until this point, so when I hit the big milestone in October of 1,000 followers, I was super chuffed. That was 5 months of posting 5 drawings every single week. That's a lot of energy and content, so it's important to remember to be patient when you're growing your account. I was starting to gain some momentum now and found that I was getting more shares from other artists as my account grew. While my first 1,000 followers took me 5 months, my second 1,000 followers took half that time at 2.5 months. I hadn't really changed what I was doing through this time. I was just staying consistent, improving my art all the time, and engaging with my community as much as I could. Although it was a lot of work, it was also something I was really enjoying doing, so the followers were not the be-all and end-all. January 2021 is where growth took off for me, and the only thing I had done differently is that I took a few extra days off around Christmas and then came back with participating in 2 Draw This in Your Style challenges back to back, which both had an engaged community already. And then I put an extra effort into being active on Instagram in general. My posts were suddenly getting double the reach of the ones in the weeks before, and the extra reach was coming from the Explore page, which exposes you to people who aren't yet following you. Now, Instagram wants to show users new content that it knows to be good, but Instagram doesn't have eyes, so the only way it can know whether one drawing is going to be liked better than another is by how engaged users are with it. If I could make drawings that immediately had good engagement and stood out, I was increasing my chances of being found. My third 1,000 followers took 1 month to reach, and then my fourth took just 7 days. So it took 5 months to get from 0 to 1,000, and then just 7 days to get from 3 to 4,000. That's just nuts to me. I realized here that I had traction, and I just kept posting as I had always done, and kept engaging with all of these lovely new people who wanted to follow my art journey. At this point, I was getting around 200 followers a day, so by mid-February, I hit another milestone of 10,000 followers. This was really huge for me, and it was really gratifying to know that all the work I was putting into improving my art and fostering a positive community was having an impact. My growth since January has overall been quite consistent, with a lull when I wasn't focusing on engaging illustrations, because I was busy with some other things, and that's totally fine, and another lull when I took a mini break for 2 weeks and just posted a couple of times. When I came back from my break though, I made sure I came back strong and put out lots of stories, engaged with lots of people, and posted consistently again, And sure enough, after doing that for about a week, my growth came right back up to about 200 followers a day. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't expect my growth to stay like this forever, nor does it matter to me if it does. I feel like I've achieved what I set out to do because I now have an amazing Instagram community that I can share my art journey with every day. I've also improved my art skills so much, and I do talk about that in my latest video, so go and check that out if you haven't seen it already. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll leave my Instagram details in the description below if you'd like to join me over there. And of course, I'd love it if you subscribe so I can share more arty videos with you. Okay, bye bye.